is that under Jeremy's leadership, we've seen people coming into the Labour Party from the hard left of politics who are bringing into our party anti-Semitic attitudes, and that cannot be acceptable.
Who are you talking about?
I think there are people on the far left of the Labour Party who are flooding into our party, and that's their word, not mine. That's their word, not mine. The AWL, the Alliance for Workers' Liberty, only a couple of weeks ago said, let's flood into the Labour Party. There are other people who've come from hard left groups who've come into Labour. Just the other day, I saw a tweet. Let me finish this, Jeremy. I saw a tweet from Jeremy's, well, purporting to be from Jeremy's team, to members of a hard left group saying, you are welcome to come to Jeremy's rallies, just leave the flags and banners at home. And the reason for that was we've seen some of those flags and banners at some of Jeremy's rallies, and unfortunately some of those people are bringing an attitude into our party from the hard left that I don't think is welcome.
When you say the hard left, I mean, Labour Party is a left-wing party. Are you saying these people should not be allowed in and he's not kicking them out?
I think there are people who've come from the AWL and the SWP and some of the other hard left groups that either have not been part of the Labour Party or even been prescribed by the Labour Party as not being members of our party and not being able to join. And some of those people are, it's all over their websites, anybody can look it up, advocating joining the Labour Party in order to support Jeremy and in order to control the Labour Party.
Let me get it absolutely clear. Are you saying he's allowing it or encouraging it because it gives support
to his policies? I think some of the people around Jeremy are absolutely encouraging it. Of that there is no doubt.
I'm sure we can agree on two things. Firstly, that all of us together are going to make sure that we defeat any aspects of anti-Semitism within our party and within our society. On that, I'm sure we're absolutely agreed. Yeah?
We are agreed, but I'm not sure you're entirely committed to it, Jeremy.
Owen, that is a pretty unfair, let's say unfair way of saying it. I have spent my life opposing racism in any form, as have you. And as have you, and many people on the left, and many people on the left,
and many people on the hard left of our party who've been alongside you over many years do associate anti-Zionist, anti-imperialist, anti-Israel perspectives, and that is unfortunately colouring some of the dialogue in our party.
Let's be clear.
And I don't think you've been strong enough in speaking out against that and distancing yourself from it.
We are very clear that we're all opposed to anti-Semitism. We're all opposed to any form of racism in our society. That's the very core of what our party is about. It's the statement I put to the National Executive, which was unanimously agreed at its meeting in May.
Well, some of your Jewish Labour MPs do not feel that the Labour Party under your leadership is a safe place, Jeremy.
I support them in their right to their identity and what they're saying. I support them when they're being abused, just as I would support anybody else who's suffering any kind of racism. Just as you would as well.
They don't feel support.
Let me just go back to the young man who asked the question in the first place, if we can. What's your comment on what you
My comment is, Jeremy says he's anti-racism, yet he supports groups such as Hamas, who call for the death of all Jews.
No, I do not support Hamas. You know that. What I've done is I have met people from Hamas. Yes, I have. Do I agree with them? No, on that. Do I think there is a chance one day of getting a peace agreement between Israel and Palestine? Yes, I absolutely do, and want that to happen.
And I'm sure you do too. Yep, brief point.
Following on from the gentleman's question, there's a lot of members of the Muslim community that also do not feel safe on the street. Islamophobia is also an up-and-coming issue that's affecting many people in this country. You say definitely, Owen. You're the one that endorsed the prevent strategy, which virtually every single person especially after many of the terrorist atrocities that happen around the world. The backlash is the Muslim community that there's hate crimes against them. There's women that want to wear a headscarf that don't feel safe to leave the house. So my question to you is, what are you going to do to make it safer for Muslims as well as the Jewish community, apart from endorsing the Prevent programme, which everybody is virtually against?
OK, well, again, I hate to say you're wrong, but you are wrong. I've not said that. What I said was Prevent, when it was started in 2005, under the Labour government, was designed to try and better integrate people who feel isolated in the Muslim community into wider society. It's clearly not worked. It wasn't working well under Labour. It's now been completely subverted by the Tories and is now seen by many people as a racist project.
So why do you want to increase the funding towards it?
I want to increase the funding in order to change it, in order to make sure that it's in order to make sure
How
it
would you
gets
change
back
it then? How would you change
by
it?
taking it back to what it was meant to be right at the beginning,
Okay.
which is a scheme that was designed to integrate people. Now, we might change the name of it, obviously, but it's got to be a scheme that is designed to mitigate against radicalism, make sure that the Muslim community do feel fully integrated and celebrated in our communities. All of us want that in this country, and I would be certain that if I were the leader of the Labour Party,
don't you
that
think-
would absolutely be my
we've-
policy.
All right,
don't you think
leave that one if you would, because we've got only 5 minutes left. And
Yeah, but I
want
wanted to say something to him. It was
Let him
kind as
answer,
well.
let him answer.
Okay,
It
well,
was
Jeremy.
friendly and kind and helpful, honestly. Owen, but don't you think that moving on from the prevent, we should actually build a much stronger sense of community cohesion
Yes.
of all faiths and all groups, and generate a sense of anti-racism within our society? And the danger of prevent was it isolated the Muslim community, targeted young Muslims and expected teachers to report on them if they thought they were going in a bad direction, and instead try to bring communities together. That's what bothers me about it, and what bothers me even more, or as much, is the growth of hate crime and racist violence on the streets of this country. We have to unite together to oppose all of that and bring about a much safer society.
We really need to be